In today's video, we're taking a look at how to replace the mesh of your screen door, easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're gonna leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you went to open your mesh screen door by the handle and you noticed that your hand went right through. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. A few blocks away, but a back is a back. And the first thing that you want to do is locate your home, because the last thing you want is to fix the neighbor's one. Once that task is completed, we can go ahead and remove the screen door. And what we like to do is slide the door halfway open. And we like to do this because usually in the middle of the frame there's a bigger gap, making it easier to remove the door. And to remove the screen door, what we want to do is get on our best karate stand and we pick up the door and tilt towards us. That's going to have the door go inside of the frame and give you more space at the bottom to remove it. In some cases you might need to go under the door and push the rollers in, either with a flathead screwdriver or with your beautiful Hulk hands. And now that we showed the door who's the boss, we're ready to show it our top-notch interrogation skills. A pro tip: working on a flat level surface, it's going to give you the best outcome and make the job a lot easier. And to have the information delivered to us a lot quicker from the victim, I mean from the screen mesh, we like to use a kit, an all-in-one replacement kit. We'll leave links on the description of the video. In this particular kit, we get 2 rollers, one metal one and a plastic one. This is going to help guide and insert the spline in place. We get 50 feet of spline. We get a flexible tape measure so we can measure our opening. We get a utility knife, and in this case round it, which is going to help to cut the mesh at the end. We get mesh holding clips, which are able to give you a hand if you don't have a Watson. And a pro tip: is always good to have a Watson. In some cases, very low cases. I mean, it's good to have a Watson. We have some scissors to cut the mesh to size. Next, we have a spline hook removal tool. And lastly, at the bottom, we have the mesh. And in this particular case, we get 48 inches by 178 inches, which is 4 feet by 14.83 feet. So that means this kit can easily give you 2 repair times or the option to repair 2 screens. And you get all this under $20. We'll leave links on the description. And before we remove the mesh and spline, we want to go ahead and remove first the latch handle on the door. And we only want to remove this from one side. In this particular case, we have a Phillips screw, and we're going to use the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty loosey, righty tighty. As you can see in this particular handle, it's already cracked and broken. In our next video, we're going to show how to replace a screen door latch handle, easy and simple. And the pro tip: when removing one of the sides of the door handle, you want to remove the one where the mesh is going to come off from. And now we're ready to make the screen door talk. We're going to take our spline removal hook tool and we're going to engage the witness from the corner. If you notice you have a continuous spline on that corner, then you want to look at the corner where the spline is cut or it ends. This would make the removal a lot easier. You just basically want to hook the spline and pull up, just like last night. Once you notice a small piece of spline comes up, you should be able to pull the spline up and remove it, and that would let go of the death grip the spline has over the mesh. Once all the spline is removed, your door is dead. I mean, now you can go ahead and remove the old mesh from the door. In some cases, the spline can come up in one piece, but sometimes because of the sun and because of the rubber material of the spline, it can be brittle because of the sun or weather and break into small pieces. This is where the hook is going to come in handy to remove it. You may also encounter dirt, debris, grime, and gunk, and yes, all in one place when removing it. And now you've done it. You broke your door. You lowered your home's value all in one day. If you haven't measured your screen door opening yet, this would be the perfect time to do so. If you need to clean the rail where the spline is going to be inserted in, this is also the time to do that. When measuring the amount of mesh that you're going to need for your screen door, we like to give an additional 1/2 foot on each side and top top and bottom. This is going to give us enough material either to pull or adjust as needed. Remember, just like cooking, if you put too much salt, you can't go back, because if you have too little mesh, you can't add more. But if you have excess, you can always cut. In this particular case, our mesh is 48 inches wide, so this would be good enough just to set it in the middle and have enough on each side, and it's also long enough to leave a bit of excess at the top and at the bottom. So this gets us to our next pro tip. When measuring for the amount of mesh that you're going to order, you always want to add extra for this case. Now we're ready to take the scissors that come in the kit and cut our mesh to size, always remembering to leave extra for adjustments and pulling. We can now go ahead and save our remaining mesh for when in a couple of weeks our loved one in the family does it again. If you notice on the kit, we had the mesh holding clips, and as the name implies, this basically helps you hold the mesh in place as you insert the spline in different locations. It also helps you to keep the mesh tightened as you insert the spline, aka making Watson useless. I mean, very useful Watson is. And now we've come to the second star of the show other than you, and that is the spline. And to insert the spline, you can use a metal roller or a plastic roller. In this kit, we do have both, and we like to use both, but we noticed that for starting to insert the spline, the plastic bends and curves better to the gap on our door, and then we like to end it with the metal one. If you notice, the rollers are made up of two sides. If you notice, one of the side is concaved or grooved. This helps you push the spline into the frame groove, and then the other side is convex or rounded, and what that one does is pushes the screen mesh and spline inside of the groove. And we also like to use this side to go over it again so the spline can sit flat into the channel. And here are some pro tips when installing the mesh. You want to make sure that the mesh lays over the frame evenly. You want to ensure that the weave is straight. You want to make sure to start at a corner and then work down one full side. And most importantly, you want to make sure that you gently pull the screen as you insert the spline, but you don't want to over pull that the frame may start to bow inward and come out of square. And remember, grasshopper, you got this. Just like everything in life, when you start, it might seem a little bit more difficult, but as you keep going, it's going to get easier and easier. But a pro tip, you want to do this in sections and nice and slow. You don't want to do long parts or in fast motions where you give yourself more opportunity for the rolling tool to slide to the center of the mesh screen door, creating a tear on the fabric, aka wallet out the window, having the spouse, family member, or roommate on the household giving you that look. We know you got this. We believe in you, grasshopper. Once we get to the corner, it's going to be the same technique. We like to finish off one side and then do the turn. Then we like to go over it on both sides of the corner to make sure that it is in there completely. And once you pass the corner, it should be smooth sailing. Once you finally get to the other side, this is the part where having a Watson comes in very useful. You want to pull the mesh as you slide in your spline. If you don't have a Watson, you can use your other hand to pull the mesh away from the frame, creating a tight fit. And a pro tip, you don't want to over pull your mesh, then creating that the frame from the screen door comes off square. And finally, when you get to the last corner, what we like to do is using our scissors, cut the spline, leaving a few inches from the corner, because just like the salt in the kitchen, if you cut too little, you can't add more. You could, but you don't want to. Then we like to roll in the spline as much as we can. Then using our utility knife, we want to do a second cut, leaving a little bit of excess, and then rolling again until we notice that it's completely in, and then doing our final cut. So it's like measure twice, cut once, but in this case 3 times. Once we notice that all the spline is inside the channel, what we like to do is go over it with the metal roller to make sure that the spline is flat and securely inserted, that the mesh is not going anywhere, and your job is secure for a couple of extra days until your loved one does what they do. And now comes the fun part of the video. We're going to go ahead and destroy all your hard work. We're going to cut the excess mesh off the screen door. And what we like to do is have the blade as short as possible and then run the blade along the outside edge of the spline groove, and that is the reason why we like the curved, rounded off part of the utility knife, because it makes this action a lot smoother. Remember, you don't want to go inside of the channel, removing too much mesh or cutting the spline. Just like before, you want to use the same technique of nice and slow and in small sections, because the last thing you want close to the finish line is to rip the mesh, and you already know the look the spouse is going to give you once that happens. A pro tip, you want them to do it in a few days, and we clearly do not want this to happen. We want it to last for years and years to come. But in the DIY world, you already know the end. And now you've done it. You conquered the world of screen mesh doors of your community. There's no door you can't tackle. And now we're ready to reinstall our door. We're basically going to reverse engineer our way to glory. We're going to tilt our door and insert it on our top frame. You're going to notice that it does not go in the bottom rail. This, you're going to use your beautiful strong fingers to push the rollers up into place. We can do this one by one, and if you're unable to reach, you can always use a flathead screwdriver to push them in. Once both wheels are inserted in the rail, you're done. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Don't forget, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.